Hi guys, Darth Deuces here with another video. I'm going to do another Marvel Legends video, finally giving you my wave overview of the Thor Ragnarok wave. The first wave of Marvel Legends I have fully completed. So I'm going to give you guys my opinion, and I'm going to rank them from worst to best. And relatively objectively, there is going to be obviously some bias in it, but I'm going to try to keep biased out for the most part. But there will be some personal bias, it's just unavoidable. Anyways, let's get started with the number 7 figure on the spot. And just because the figure is in last place doesn't mean it's bad in some cases, and this is definitely one of those cases. Number 7 is Marvel's Odinson, and this is not a bad figure at all. It's actually quite a good figure. It's a really nice update on sort of the body style of the Sentry. It uses the Sentry head sculpt again, repainted, but the body for the most part is completely new. It doesn't have those weird proportions anymore. It brings a lot of new, better stuff to the table. Articulation is really great. I do like the sculpt. The Yarnborn, I think that's how you say it, accessory axe is really cool. You can get this guy in a lot of cool poses, and it's a figure that I didn't think I was going to like at all, and I actually really do like it a lot. But in terms of the rest of the wave, it's probably the least interesting character. And it's, at the end of the day, a version of Thor I really don't need in my collection. I bought it more or less to complete the Hulk BAF. He's number 7. Now we go on to number 6, and it pains me to put him this low, but it's Loki. And he's here for good reason, because it's not a terrible figure, but it's a disappointing one. I do really like the head sculpt. I think the head sculpt looks really good. Sometimes it varies on copies on the paint apps. Sometimes the paint apps look really weird, sometimes they look fine. I got one that looks pretty decent. Head sculpt's really good. Articulation's pretty decent. I really love the arm articulation too, and I love how the hands are sculpted. But that's, and the paint apps for the most part look alright and whatnot. I don't have too many complaints about that, but it's just the cape is terrible. The cape's terrible, and not look wise, but it plugs in via 2 little pegs, and it really doesn't want to stay in, which is really annoying. And the other thing that's really annoying, he comes with barely any accessories, just his cape and this little crown thing which you can remove. Everything else, he doesn't come with anything else, and we've seen multiple pictures now that he uses daggers in the movie. They could have at least given some interchangeable hands that for gripping accessories, and he could have given him his daggers, but they didn't do it, which really sucks. I think if it would have came with more accessories, it would have been a lot funner of a figure, but because they didn't, there's just not a whole lot you can do with this guy, except for kind of stand him there, make him look kind of menacing. It is a cool figure, but it's not great. So moving right along with number 5, and again, another figure I really didn't want to put this low down, because it's probably one of my favorites of the wave, but to put my bias aside is the Aries figure at number 5. This is a really, really awesome figure. Like I said, if I was to put a lot more of my bias into this, into my list, I would put him a lot higher. But I'm not going to do that, because he's essentially just a repaint of a figure. Now, a repaint of a figure that's pretty hard to get, that's true, but it's still a repaint, and the repaint is nice. I think he looks a lot more accurate, a lot cooler. I love the paint apps on his face. He's got the removable helmet there. I think he looks way better than the old one that I don't have, that I've seen pictures of. He is really cool. The size, he's about BAF size, because he was a BAF. So it's a really good way to get a hard to get figure, and an updated figure comes with the axe, has better paint apps. They updated the ankle articulation, have rockers, but then they didn't update other parts of articulation. Should have been updated, like the Y joints he has in the hips are pretty outdated. They're really annoying. Not the worst articulation in the hips you could have, but they are really annoying, and I wish they would have went to the more modern Marvel Legends hips and given him those. Would have made him so much easier to pose. And the same thing at the head. He only has a ball peg. He doesn't have a hinge at the neck, so he's kind of stuck, not even looking fully straight, but he's kind of looking down a bit, which really sucks too. So for those reasons, and because he's pretty much just a repaint, sorry, that's why he's so low on the list. But it's a really awesome figure. I can't recommend him enough. And putting him aside there, we'll go on to number 4. And number 4 is the Jane Foster Thor, Lady Thor, current Thor, or whatever you want to call her. Put that out of the way there. This is a really cool figure. Again, another figure I wasn't hot on to get at first, but when I picked it up and started fooling around with it, that is actually a really cool figure. Sculpt's really good. Paint apps are really great. I love the head sculpt. Looks awesome. Proportions look all very good. Articulation's pretty good for the most part. She still does have single hinges at the elbows, which limits some movement, which kind of sucks. but the Mjolnir accessory is cool. Literally, pretty much my only complaint is the cape, and it's nicely sculpted, but it can come off pretty easily because it's just on a pretty small peg. So if you're fooling around and posing or whatever, it can fall off pretty easily, and it can get in the way of posing because it's so big. But I guess it's good because you can also balance on it and stand pretty nicely. But it is a really cool figure. Again, and another only really kind of QC issue I've had is it almost looks like the wing on her helmet here got glued on wrong, like out of place a little bit. Like it's not just warped, but glued out of place, so it looks a little wonky, which kind of sucks too. But it's still a really awesome figure, and I would recommend this one too. Yeah, she's number 4. Put her off to the side. At number 3, we're in down the top 3. And the first one is Thor from the new movie. I actually really love this figure a lot. It's probably one of my favorite Marvel Legends figures. Definitely one of my favorite MCU figures. It's so cool. And I wasn't expecting to like this figure that much. But it's really, really awesome. You know, the Chris Hemsworth's likeness is pretty damn good. It's the best we've seen on a Marvel Legends figure. The sculpt in general is really cool. He's got all these armor pieces and whatnot, and the cloak and hat, the kind of parted cloak, which is really cool. Articulation is really great on this figure. You get him in a lot of cool poses, which is essential for him being battling in the gladiatorial arena and all that. And he comes with some nice accessories. You know, you get the 2 swords, which look really nice. You get some unofficial storage for them by slipping them on his back through the bandolier and the cape. He also has some removable parts. You can remove the cape if you want to. You can also remove the armor piece on his leg if you want to, which is really cool. I don't know why they did that, but it is really cool. It's just a really awesome figure. Super cool. And if you're looking forward to the movie, I think this is a must-get. On to number 2, and I will say that number 1 and 2 can go pretty interchangeably. It was really hard to pick between which one was going to be the best or my favorite or whatever of the wave, and which one wasn't going to be the best. But for number 2, I decided to go with the Hulk BAF. He was really close to being number 1, but I decided to give him number 2 spot because I like the number 1 one just a little more. But this is an awesome BAF. It's my first BAF that I've completed, and I'm very happy I did. It's super, super cool. There's so much going on here. It's a lot of inspiration from the Planet Hulk, I'm pretty sure, went into this. He's got the 2 weapons, which is awesome. You can remove the helmet, which is really cool. The sculpt is awesome, and it has a brand new Hulk sculpt, which I think works so much better than the old ones. You can remove the shoulder armor if you want to. The articulation is pretty good. I would have liked some more bend in the elbows. It's not too bad, but it's still single hinges. I would have liked double hinges. I know it's kind of hard with these kind of figures, but still, more elbow hinges would have been nice. He is a little top heavy as well, which can be an issue sometimes. And because his hammer is so heavy, it can just kind of warp by being so heavy and the weight bringing it down, which kind of sucks. But it's overall an absolutely stunning figure. And definitely worth completing the wave to get this guy, 100%. It's so cool. I'm super happy to have it. And the size is really good too. And then number 1, obviously, because I went through all the other figures, you know who I'm going to pick, and it is the Hela figure. Again, like I said, it was really hard to pick between this one and the Hulk BAF. But I really like this figure a lot. I've been photographing it a bit and just absolutely was blown away by it when I got into the packaging, but also and started playing around with it. But also when I started taking photos of it, I was just super blown away by this figure. Sculpt is phenomenal. Really, I have no issue with the sculpt whatsoever. She comes with 2 head sculpts. Both head sculpts are stunning, especially this one. This one's my favorite, and it looks just absolutely awesome. My camera is not doing the best of job to capture the look of it, but she has like the little veins painted on and everything. It's just so well done. It's unbelievable. This was actually a retail figure in terms of the sculpt. Articulation is pretty good. I would have liked, some more bend in the elbows because she only has single joints because she's a female character. Sword's nice. It's a little flimsy, but it's nice, and I'm pretty sure it's accurate to the movie, so that's cool. She got the cape, and she's one of the few figures in the wave where the cape doesn't just fall off when you're fumbling around. They're like, I'm waving around, and it's staying on, so that's also really cool. The other head sculpt's super awesome as well, and it's just such a great figure. I absolutely love this figure. It's so, so cool. So fun to photograph. It's probably been the funnest one to photograph out of the whole wave. And I won't stop photographing. It's probably one of my favorite Marvel Legends figures. It's just so cool. Anyways, that was my rundown of the Thor Ragnarok wave. Overall, I think it's an absolutely solid wave. It's a super solid wave. All the figures, even the not so good ones, are still pretty great figures. And I think if you're a Thor fan, if you're looking forward to the Thor Ragnarok movie, 100% recommend picking up the whole wave if you can. But even then, at least some of the figures, such a cool wave. Very happy to have all these figures. Hasbro really hit it out of the park with this one. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you thought of this wave in the comments below, and let me know if you're looking forward to the new movie. I know I am. And one sentence I never thought I was going to say is, I'm actually looking forward more to Thor Ragnarok than I am for The Last Jedi. Never thought I was going to say that. But, yeah. So, anyways, that's it. Oh, GG hell. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.